damn it, I didn't reach it. It's frozen now. So we are taking the Bobcat into the garage because I forgot one important thing this summer when I was servicing it. I didn't change the fuel filter. And now when the winter is here, the fuel filter freezes. So let's see if I can get it in some way. It has now been a couple of hours since it stopped last time, and it's stopping because of the fuel filter is frozen. I have drained it for water, but probably it's so old that it's freezing even without the water in, or there's probably some water in the fabric in the filter or something like that. So let's see now when it have been standing a couple of hours if it will start up again. And if it's starting, I'm driving it straight into the garage so we can change the filter. Alright, we had gotten enough fuel into the filter so it would start again. So with the air filter off, it's a little bit easier to see the fuel filter that is standing right here. And now it should be only a nut on top to release the whole filter. First I need to shut off the valves for the fuel, but it doesn't look like this one has any valves, so I need to use some clamps to clamp it off so it won't be leaking fuel when we are changing the filter. Some spill it will be, but I have the container that can catch that, so no problem. Alright, so for clamping off the hoses, I have these tanks. They are pretty nice. You release them with this handle and then you squeeze them on and they pinch the hose. So if you see here, we pinch the hose that goes to the fuel pump, and then we take the other one. If you can get it in here. Like that, and then we pinch the hose coming from the fuel tank. So now it shouldn't leak any more diesel fuel than what's in the filter already. And for releasing the filter, let's see if you can see it here. As I have set my socket wrench on it down there, you just release the nut on the top, and then the whole filter with the ball and everything is coming down. I can see the filter start leaking as soon as I'm loosening this bolt, so yeah, the filter is dropping down now. Alright, there it is. Yeah, you can see it's ice. This is ice in here. I drained some water out of it a couple of weeks ago and thought it was fixed, but probably I didn't melt the ice, so I just drained the water that was around, and then fuel found its way around this and down to the drain plug here. Yeah, this is the filter. Yeah, it doesn't look good. A lot of dirt in it, so no wonder it was freezing up. You can see here it's pointing out here. So now I'm collecting all the fuel that we spilled. It's going straight down in here. You can see it's dripping down, and here is a ball of ice. Yeah. Should probably have drained this in the summer, but I totally forgot about the fuel filter, and didn't look at it or anything, so yeah. Then it goes like this. Ta-da! Alright, that was really nice getting this bulb clean out for ice and everything, and that old filter with all that goo in, and you can see here we got gaskets, plenty of them also. Now everything is back together. Soon. Now we can take the clamps off. And now we just need to let the air out and fill everything up back with fuel. So for that it has this manual pump down here. Let's see. Here we just need to let the air out somewhere. So okay, now we should get the air out of this hose. It's the hose right before the pump. The filter is starting to filling up. All right, then gravity is taking over. There we have fuel. Then is my problems with frozen fuel filter probably over. No more need for heat gun when I'm firing up the Bobcat. So earlier I had fired up and then the heat gun to heat up the fuel filter, and then you could drive for as long as you wanted, but I guess it will run probably a little bit better also now with a new fuel filter. And take a look at this lamp. It was pretty great. I found this at the local shop. It has magnet down there, so it can stand like this and give you light. And like now, I just used this one because this is also magnet, and this you can turn it around with also, so you can turn it this way or that way. So really nice little lamp for working in tight spaces. Okay, next project with the Bobcat, while we still have it in, is we put some spikes in the tires, because I'm loving clearing snow with the Bobcat, and yeah, so I bought some spikes for it, so we get a little bit more traction clearing snow around here. And the easiest way to do that is by taking the tires off, because the Bobcat won't let you spin the tires freely. So then it will be a pain in the ass getting everything in. So then I have jacked it up, so we have them up in the air, and it's just taking them off. And I have 50 spikes for each tire, so it ain't that many. I would like to have a little bit more, but yeah, they are not permanent. When summer comes, I have to take them out again, so just a little bit to help on the ice. So these spikes are really awesome. You just screw them into your tire. And you can see this is how they look. And they have big threads that will hold them in place. And you can just take them out the year after, or when summer comes, you just pull them out of there. You need a special tool bit for screwing them in. See, here is this one, and you can see, okay, I'm trying to do this through the camera. There, it fits perfectly in, and then you can screw it in and screw it out. And you are screwing it just as the tool is touching the tire, the rubber, then you are finished. So let's try installing a few. So installing these spikes, you need to go slow with your drill. But there, we have the first one in. And I try to spread them a little bit apart, so when you are spinning, you ain't the one spike isn't hitting in this tracks and so on. So then we have spiked up 2 tires with 50 spikes, and the one in front got 45 and the one in back got 55 spikes. So a little bit more in the back, but when you are plowing snow, it's the back tires that have the most pressure because you are pushing down with the bucket. So I thought it was nicer to have a little bit more spikes in the back tire. So then it's just one side on the left. I will just fire it up and move it all over this way, so I get more room on this side. It's a lot of stuff in the garage right now, so it's not much room for doing stuff. I have to get these compactors out of here. I just take them in for probably 1.5 months ago to thaw them out because they had been standing out when the snow came, and I have been meaning to move them over to the other garage for a long time now. But there it is, spikes in all tires. And it's a little bit work putting it in, and it's probably a little bit work taking it out again in the summer. So I have a set of new tires for the Bobcat, so I'm thinking I'll see if I can get some new rims here for that, and then I can put the new tires on and keep these ones with the spikes in them, and that would be a lot less work doing that. So that's a good idea, I think. But okay, I will keep the Bobcat inside for the night, let it thaw out, and then I will put the battery on charging and everything, so it's ready for tomorrow. Tomorrow we are clearing some snow with it, so, and it works really good with the bucket that is painted. That is really nice. Then we have the Bobcat ready to run. It have been standing inside all night. Studs in the tires, air filter cleaned, fuel filter changed, battery topped off, so everything is ready. And I think that we will go and clear some snow then. If we see in front of this garage, we have a big pile of snow here from the winds that was blowing from the south. Oh joy. My new LED lights out here is terrible. That's perfect. I just installed it and was thinking that this would be great stuff when I was filming removing all the snow with the Bobcat, but then again. Okay, so I got a little bit too, I don't know, too cocky going out on this edge here, my snow tip, so I fell through with the tires because I was backing up where I haven't been before, so now we need to see if the Kobelco can lift it up again. today it's really slippery out. The whole hill up from my house is just ice, and if you don't have a four-wheel drive, you ain't going up here anymore. So I think this is a perfect day just to test the Bobcat and see how the studs in the tires there are functioning. So for comparison, I thought we'd just test with this car first. This is front wheel drive and tires with studs in. So let's see how far we can get with it. So, as we can see with the front wheel drive car and going forward, it wasn't going anywhere almost. So with backing up I would get further, but I wouldn't go all the way up. So let's go and get the Bobcat and see how that one does. So it was no problem for the Bobcat driving on this ice, and going forward and stopping and turning and everything was easy. So let's see if we can do actually some work. I will try and not have any snow to plow, but we can see if we can dig down this snowbank a little bit. So let's rig up for that. riding with locked tires. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. The studs are gripping really good. On the steepest, where we were going sideways, that's where the hill is on the steepest part, and still I could stop and reverse. And yeah, of course, I need to say the Bobcat is four-wheel drive, and the car we tested with the first time was only front-wheel drive, so it's a big difference there. We have been driving up there with the Pajero today, but it was just a little to show how slippery it is. But now I will take the tractor and go and spread some sand, so any car can go up here. But that's for another video.